For couples planning to get married, it's worth reflecting on one popular conception of love, the myth of the soulmate. The myth is the subject of dozens of books and thousands of songs, from Eat, Pray, Love to 10,000 Hours by Justin Bieber. The soulmate myth assumes your spouse fulfills your deepest desires, is an almost perfect fit for you, and makes you feel happy nearly all the time. It assumes that love, above all else, is a feeling. But the soulmate model is hard to sustain. Feelings ebb and flow. That's because very few couples can maintain this romantic high in their marriage. No one person, no one relationship can give us great pleasure and great happiness all or even most of the time. Couples who embrace the soulmate model are often left disappointed by the realities of love and marriage. That's why men and women who buy into the soulmate model are more likely to land in divorce court. In 2019, the California Family Survey found that husbands and wives who picked the soulmate model, who saw marriage as, quote, mostly about an intense, emotional, romantic connection, unquote, were more likely to be thinking about divorce than couples who took what I call a family-first view of marriage, where they think about the relationship not just in terms of romance, but also in terms of money and especially the kids. One of the reasons that couples who embrace the soulmate myth have trouble is that the intense passion and happiness that we experience in love ebbs and flows. The feelings we experience at the beginning of a romantic relationship are unique, not just in our imagination, but physically as well. In that early phase, the brain makes and releases hormones like dopamine and oxytocin that give us a relationship-induced high. These powerful chemical substances make us feel happy, energetic, and connected to our beloved. But this hormonal high dissipates. As most married couples discover, the butterflies we feel early in a relationship fly away at some point, returning only occasionally. If passionate love is a drug, literally a drug, it has to wear off eventually, wrote the psychologist Jonathan Haidt. And then many couples falsely conclude, in his words, if the magic ended, it can't be true love. Does this mean that married men and women who embrace the family-first model are destined to endure unhappily ever after? No. When it comes to marriage, those who seek not so much to feel good as to do good by loving their spouse and family members in various ways are actually more likely to end up happy in their marriages. The husband and father who sets aside his work, his smartphone, and ESPN in the evenings to help with homework, shoot hoops, and tuck the kids in bed will likely take greater satisfaction from his family life than if he had pursued his own pleasures of the moment. And he will likely elicit more admiration, affection, and ardor from his wife as a natural response. Family first, me second. This is the paradoxical route to happiness in marriage. In fact, the California Family Survey also found that couples who embraced the family-first model were happier than those who followed the soulmate model. And as my research shows, no other factor, not money, not a satisfying job, not a great education, not even frequent sex, is a better predictor of happiness for American men and women than a high-quality marriage. So don't fall for the soulmate myth. Instead, embrace what I call the family-first model of marriage. Because ultimately, love is not a feeling. It's a decision to will the good of the other, your wife, your husband, and any kids you may have. This is one of the central messages of my new book, Get Married: Why Americans Must Defy the Elites, Forge Strong Families, and Save Civilization.